Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make Christmas themed thank you cards, because when you get Christmas gifts, you want to give people thank you cards. So I made 3 Christmas themed thank you cards. Here's the first one, here is the second one, and here is the third one. Okay. So we're going to start off by making this one, and I'll show you guys how exactly I did this and what supplies I used. Okay, so you want to start off, I'm using watercolor paper for all of the cards. This is just Artist Loft's watercolor paper. I just folded it in half and cut it so it looks like this. So just literally a half piece of paper. And then I folded it in half again to make it into a card, like this. So then you have it in the little card format. So what I'm going to be using for the, I'm just going to put the card that we're doing together. For the ornament is I'm going to be using Jane Davenport, the Glitz-Sea palette, and I'm going to be using the colors Sylph and Ariel for the 2 Christmas balls. Right, so I'm also using these watercolor pens, which you can buy on Amazon because that's where I got them from. So what I'm gonna do is basically just take, and for this one I didn't sketch anything out, I just kind of went for it. So I'm gonna take Ariel, which is right here, and I just picked a spot where I wanted it, and I just kind of started making the ball. And then from here I can make it bigger or smaller depending on what I want. And then I just started coloring it in and making it the way I wanted, like blending all the colors together. For this card, I'm making the edges darker and the center lighter, so it looks more like a sphere. On the original card, I didn't do that, but I think it'll look better if you do it like this, so I'm going to try it this time. So once you have the red like you want it, you're going to clean out your brush, obviously. And then you're just going to go in with Sylph. And you don't have to use these colors, you don't even have to use these watercolors. You can use really any watercolors. The Crayola watercolors will work. These are just the watercolors that I like, so that's why I'm using them. So now I'm going to go in with Sylph in the Jane Davenport palette. And I'm just going to make a smaller ornament right beside the large one. And these do not have to be perfect circles because I want it to look hand-drawn and handmade. Like that was my goal of this card. Okay, so once you have those 2 balls done, okay. So once you have those 2 balls done, you're gonna want to let them dry for a little bit, so that when you go in with your black pen, it won't, get wet. So we're just gonna let this dry, and then I'll explain to you how I did the rest of this. So I'm using my Micron pens. I used the 0.5 Micron pen in black, and so once this is dry, I'm basically just going to circle around the red first, just a whole bunch of different times to give it that cool, like, hand-drawn look. Pretty dry now. And then I added like a shiny mark. I just added a little hook at the top to make it look like an ornament. And then I did the exact same thing over on the green one. And then just add a hook. Alright, so now for the actual thank you part, I used my Micron .05. This is the tiniest Micron pen that I have. So basically I literally just, I sketched it out the first time, but this time I think I'm just going to wing it because this one wasn't even in the center when I sketched it out. So, and for this, I liked it really hand-drawn, so I didn't think about it too much, and I just started making the letters the way I wanted them. So I'm literally just going to do that. Alright, and then once you have that done, that's the whole card. So, and the good thing about these cards is they're never going to be the same, so they're all going to be unique. So these are both of them, and so now we're going to move on to the next card. This is the next card we're going to be doing. And so for this card, I used, again, the watercolor paper, and I used a gold and silver Sharpie and a .3 Micron pen. So, yeah. Oh yeah, just right there. Okay, so I'm using this white gesso just for the bottom so I can make a circle. So I just took a pencil and I tried to put it in the middle of my paper here. Even if it's not, you won't be able to tell because of the decoration we make on it. And I just really lightly made a circle shape. So then, after I did that, I took my gold Sharpie and I just started making big dots all around. So once I have the big dots all around, and then I go in and fill them in with medium-sized dots. Alright, so once I have all the medium and large dots done, actually I'm going to add some more. Okay, once I have the medium and large dots done, I'm just going to go in and add tiny dots, mostly around the outside to complete the effect. Okay, so once I have all the little dots done, it'll look like this. And so it's supposed to look kind of random like this, make like ups and downs and ins and outs, and you can really just get super creative with this. It's all up to you how you want it. If you want it to be a clean line, that's fine. It's completely up to you. So once I have all that done, I will take my eraser, which I'm not going to use this, I'm going to grab a big one. I'm just going to erase that pencil on. So now that I have all of that completed, I'm going to be taking a silver Sharpie and I'm just going to write thanks in all caps across it. And I'm going to make it a tiny bit above where the center line is so that I can write it means a lot underneath it. Alright, so as you can see, it doesn't look perfect. It looks very handwritten, hand-drawn, because that's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take my .3 Micron pen and I'm going to write in cursive thanks in lowercase over this silver Sharpie. Okay, and then I'm just going to add a T like that, and that is what the top will look like. Now I'm just going to write it means a lot underneath it in all caps again. And then after I have it means a lot written, I'm just going to add 3 lines on each side, and this isn't centered, and I'm okay with that because I don't want it to look completely perfect, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, so once that is done, this card is finished, and here are what they will look like. Okay, so for the third and final card, we're going to be doing this look, and this one is really super messy, so I'm going to try to make this next card a little bit better than this one. But the only thing I used for this card was a silver Sharpie and then the same Glitz-Sea Jane Davenport palette. Last time I did this, I traced it out, and I didn't really like how it turned out when I traced it, so can you stop saying so often? So I'm just going to, oh my gosh, so I'm just going to wing it. So then for the fake calligraphy, I'm literally, if I say one more time. For the fake calligraphy, all you do is fill in the downstrokes. Okay, so now I'm just going to be adding the T, the line through the T, and really not thinking about it at all. I just kind of make a line. Okay, so now that the thank you's actually done, I'm gonna go in with the Jane Davenport palette and that same watercolor brush, and this time I'm going to be using Sylph and Water Spirit. So for this, I basically just made a whole bunch of random leaves all around the outside edge. There was really no pattern or anything to it. I just started with Sylph, and I, oh my gosh. I'm gonna count how many times I said in this video and put it in the description. Okay, so I just put random I just put random Sylph leaves all over, and then I came in and I filled in the rest with the Water Spirit color. Okay, and that would be the finished card. So here are both of them side by side, and I think I like the second one better just because of the thank you. I think it looks nicer and cleaner. So these are all the cards that we have made today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys will be able to make these cards as well. And I'll see you guys in my next video.